Your very first card just made me smile so big because you guys always you always get a card that talks about balance every single time. Balancing, balancing lots of projects all at once. No surprise, this is Libra. Balancing, it's important to have balance. You know this. Working multiple jobs or projects at once and making work fun. Make sure that you're making it fun. But this month for November, we also got flexible. To be flexible. Look at this. So now is Libra being assigned the sign of balance? It could be that all that's going on in the world is kind of rocking your world and taking you off balance a little bit. And they're saying, no, you can trust yourself. You're way capable of doing lots of things at once, is what this one is saying. The King of Raphael. It's safe to trust yourself. You have the ability to accomplish many things at once. He literally says that. Follow your creative passions. So given, this is a card that's kind of referring to, but the balancing act of doing like all the things that you do, whether it's work, home, all of your passions, juggling all of your passions, being flexible where flexibility is called for, and that you can trust yourself. You can feel safe and trust yourself and know that you absolutely have the ability to juggle many things at once and do it absolutely beautifully. I mean, look at these two. That's you. It's like you have the ability to be flexible in terms of where things get out of balance and helping them to get back into balance. And boy, we live in a time now, right? It's just like a lot of extremes going on. So it might be challenging you guys a little bit to stay balanced. And, as a human species, it kind of feels like I'm hearing we count on you. I'm hearing we kind of look up to you guys to hold the balance for us and sort of show us how that's done. So trust yourself and know that you're doing great. You're doing great with that. You are the magician. You can manifest anything you want, even if it's lots of things, and you have the ability to juggle everything. This is also talking about successful beginnings, and what you need will magically appear. So if you're wanting actually to create something new, you can do that. You can do that too. Come to the Edge is the next card that if you want to create something new, it's a really good time to do that. You're ready, is what this is saying. You have the ability. You are the magician. You have the ability to juggle lots of things, and adding one more passion is absolutely within the realm of possibility for you. Come to the edge, he's saying, Spirit is saying, because in other words, you're ready. You have everything. You have everything. Everything is already there for you to pursue this next, if you'd like to create something new. Coming to the edge would be what a person would do right when they're ready for takeoff. Right? So if you were wanting to create something and you felt like you were at the beginning stages, you wouldn't be anywhere near the edge. You'd be way back here creating. But once you've created it and you're ready to sort of launch, the idea of launching, come to the edge, you're ready to launch is what this one is saying. You're ready. Now this next set of cards is kind of interesting. It's like, you go from balance, this beautiful balance and flexibility, and trust this. You can do this. You can do anything. You're the magician. And you're ready. This is your first row, you guys. And this is your first card. Just beautifully balancing everything. And ready to take off. And yet the next card that wants to go is orphaned. So this would indicate that some of you feel like this, or some of you have this sort of running maybe in your subconscious, maybe, that might be showing up as a reason that Spirit would feel the need to remind you to trust yourself. So this might be resonating in your sort of inner world. This kind of feeling might be resonating in your inner world that may be affecting your outer world, that may be confusing you or causing you to not really trust that you're actually capable of all of this juggling, much less starting something new and even adding to that. And so they're saying that, no, you can trust this. And so if some of you are feeling like this, they're saying, okay, if this is what, this might be the root cause of things not working out, or challenges that are coming up, or things that are taking you off balance. This could be the root cause of it. And so they're inviting you to go in and mend, release the past. Everything happened for a reason. So now we have 3 cards that all kind of want to speak to this for you, sort of through you, that, now's a really good time to mend that situation. Mending that situation, going maybe within, maybe doing one of those healings where you go within in meditation and speak to this little munchkin that is a part of you that feels orphaned, that feels isolated and alone and sad. Now might be a really good time to sort of go within and talk to her and give her a big hug and let her know everything's going to be okay. Releasing the past. Releasing whatever happened at the root that caused you to feel this way. Going within and releasing that and calling up forgiveness and healing and understanding, perspective. Offering her a perspective of the situation that occurred at this time that caused her to feel this way. Understanding and perspective. Release the past. You'll grow from this situation. And everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So it's like I'm hearing the word deliberate. Get deliberate to go within and heal this. Heal this. Release the past. Release regret. So 2 cards talking about releasing the past and releasing any regrets. You did the best you could. Notice too in this mending, all 3 of these are they're children. And the way that the imagery is, it's just kind of dark and misty, sort of feels like it's internal, subconscious kind of energy to it. Releasing that past. And embracing the opportunities for the future. So it's like she's walking towards the future. It's time for you to get peace around this situation. It may be something that only recently has come to your awareness, right? When these sorts of things are in the subconscious, meaning you're not consciously aware of them, they're in the subconscious. But when you go into meditation and bring them to the conscious level, that's when you can address them. And you want to do that because you deserve peace. You deserve sort of this foundational energy of peace, and that's what you're wanting as well. And it's time. It's time for that. You got tick-tock, right? It's time. This card kind of, wants to go like this. It's time. It's time for balance. It's time for you to trust yourself. It's time to release the past. It's time to realize that you are capable of juggling many, many things. So if you'd like to add something else, you can do that. You're wanting peace and happiness. Happy, happy, happy. That's not only what you're wanting, but in the way that my readings go, a bit like a story, it's as if at this point you have healed this. And you have released the past and experienced forgiveness and healing and gotten through that. And so the result of doing those things is peace and happiness and finding the silver lining that you're searching for. Finding that silver lining. And also, this feels really big because this feels big in terms of healing this and mending this situation, because you're also getting the new life. As if to say that healing this, because this takes up like the whole middle of your reading. So this is pretty profound. It's also at the root and very fundamental, and will affect everything going forward and in your outer world. It feels hugely transformational because you're getting this new life card as a result of it. This is kind of the first card of the sort of third row down here that you know, it's like a new life is just waiting to happen. Now this one wants to come back. This one's looking at me. This one wants to come back. It's like, come to the edge. It's time for a new life. And the new life can happen very easily when you heal this wound. You know, for me, when I see this kind of card, I feel some of you, for some of you, it feels just like this, this sort of drudgery. And you may or you may not actually do it. You may or may not go in and heal this situation. But here's another perspective, another way of maybe looking at this. For me, when I realize or recognize that there is some, this is like you. This is a part of you. This is maybe you at age 5. Imagine if you had a child at age 5 that was feeling like this, that was in a dark place and scared and alone. Could you just ignore that once you were aware of it? So maybe you've got a 5-year-old and your 5-year-old plays and has a great time in the living room, and you're able to see them and they're joyful and happy and everything's wonderful. And then in another moment you realize that they're not in the room, and you care for them. So you find them maybe in a room by themselves with the lights out, and they're all hunched over and they're very, very sad. What would you do? You would go to them. You would go to them and you would hold them and you would ask them, what happened? Are you okay? What's going on? How are you feeling? Are you okay? What happened? And then you would listen, and then they would tell you. And then you would be able to help them as a parent. And so, given that this is an internal little you, it's the same kind of thing. When you go into meditation, you will see images of little yous that you then sort of go to in your imagination. It's all sort of real in your imagination. It's all energy. Everything's energy. But you are literally going to this little lost part of you that's a child that's sad and feels orphaned. It just feels abandoned and sad. And when you go into these deep meditations, you can literally imagine yourself as an internal parent going to this child as your adult self now and talk to her. And she'll talk to you. Maybe not at first. She might be dependent on the situation. She might be overwhelmed in sadness. She might be really angry about something. And yet, it's like you're going to go in as an internal parent and respond to whatever he or she says. Whatever he or she says to you as a loving parent. Sometimes all you need to do is just hold them. But you're holding a part of you. And when you do that, it changes your life. It absolutely changes your life to heal that. Changes your vibration. It changes your frequency and takes it up a notch. And then you get all this clarity. And then you can accomplish this kind of thing 10 times easier. The world looks different. The air looks like it's sparkling with diamonds. The whole world looks different, and your life will change right before your eyes. It's incredible and so worth doing for peace and happiness and a new life. And it's time. So you're getting to chop wood. Chop wood, carry water. I don't know if you're familiar with that expression. It's like doing what needs to be done. There's not a lot of emotion in this. It's time to move quickly. Okay. These cards came out and I wasn't sure where they fit. Here's where they fit for you guys. Here's where they fit is going within. This is what's next. Is going within to internal parent, that internal child in you that feels orphaned, that feels alone and scared and is calling for your attention. Chop wood, carry water is an expression that refers to, there's not a whole lot of emotion in that when you're chopping wood. That's what's next. That's what's required. That's what's next. And this card is saying that it's time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes will happen when you go in and hold him or her. Things will happen quickly, and it's about logic over emotion. Chop wood, carry water. Do this, is what they're saying. Do this. And it will change your life. It will change your life. And it's time. Well, Libra, I really didn't expect that. I wasn't sure where these were gonna fit in. But all this wonderful, exciting stuff. Okay, so now they actually are wanting to go back to this. This is what you are capable of. Trust yourself. Now these cards will have a whole new meaning. If you'd like to come back and watch this video again, or just that's what they're saying now, is once you go in and do this, then go back and look at all that you're juggling. Your life is going to change. It's going to look very different to you. So even though these are the things going on in your life right now, once you heal this, these very same things are going to look totally different. And there's not going to be a need so much to trust. You just will trust yourself. Because you're more whole. You're that much more whole. And you would just become the magician to just create whatever you want to create. You can do that, Libra. And now's the time. Tick-tock, come to the edge. It's time. It's time to heal this. And it's also time to manifest and have a new life, manifesting whatever it is you'd like to create. And part of that creation process is allowing yourself and taking the time to chop wood, carry water, do the logical thing. It's logical in terms of the process of going within to tend to her or him. It's going to be very emotional when you get in here, right? She's sad. He or she is very sad, feeling very isolated. That's very an emotional experience once you're in there. It takes courage to go in there. But, they say it takes courage, but how much courage does it take to tend to a 5-year-old who's crying and sad? Does that take courage? Really? I mean, does it really? This is your little 5-year-old who's sad. So you close your eyes, you go into meditation, and you ask your body, where is this in my body? And you'll feel some kind of little twitch. It could be anywhere. You might feel a little something in your shoulder, or all of a sudden it'll tickle your nose. And then you ask how old they are. How old is she? How old is he? And then you'll get answers. You'll start to get answers. You'll start to get imagery. And then you get to be the internal parent to hold this child that is a part of you and heal this. It's actually quite exciting. Especially when you wake up and you get to the other side of it, and the whole world just looks different. And life starts to reflect that difference back to you as well.